Guess who?
Woody Woodpecker was created by Walter Lantz and Ben Bugs Hardaway. Hardaway had already helped create Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck over at Warner Brothers, so to create another crazy character was a shoo-in for him. If his voice sounds familiar, then that could be due to the fact that the man of 100 voices did him, Mel Blanc. Sadly, he wasn't able to stay, and Woody, like many of his time, flip-flopped from one actor to another until 1950 when Gray Stadford started doing his voice. Woody was, as his brothers of creation, a bit of a screwball at first, but eventually was redefined later in his life. His idea came from when Walter Lantz and his wife spent their honeymoon in Lake Sherwood, California. A woodpecker kept the two awake all night, birthing the idea. He first appeared in a short starring Andy Panda, testing out his character, only to find out Woody had stolen the show. After seeing this, Lantz realized he had finally found the star to replace the now waning Oswald Rabbit. As time ran on, Woody got a more cuter look design for him in The Barber of Seville, but kept on with his lunatic behavior, which was drastically different than what his competitors at the time had turned towards. Though that didn't last. In the later 40s, Lantz hired on Dick Lundy to direct Woody, now toning the bird down a bit. Because of Lundy's Disney background, he brought in what he learned at working under Walt and added it to Woody, changing the character from Warner Brothers-esque to Disney-esque. With the end of the 40s came a hard time, forcing Lantz to shut down his studio for a year and a half before opening it back in 1950 with a downsized staff. The new shorts Lantz produced were limited in dialogue, forcing the characters to do more pantomiming. With the change, Woody became more popular in other speaking countries. In the late 50s, Woody jumped over to TV and in a couple years changed his style. No longer was he the one fighting his enemies, but ended up becoming a straight man trying to do good. This was mostly in part with Woody now being on TV, and they had to tone down the level of violence for children's television. Woody ran for a good 20 years before in the 80s Lantz sold the library of Woody shorts to Universal. Woody made a cameo in Who Framed Roger Rabbit like almost every other character of his time, but wouldn't be really seen again until 1999 when he was on Fox Kids. In recent news, Universal and Illuminations, you know, the guys with the minions, right, were talking about developing a movie, but was shelved in 2013. Earlier this year, word got going around about a live-action crossover with CGI movie, but it's not going to be what you think. The film is aimed at Brazilian audiences, so who knows if us Americans will even hear about it in the mainstream.